I am here in Tayler, Texas, in front of the world-famous Louie Mueller Barbecue. And once again, just like 6 years ago, I am standing in front of a closed door. Not so crazy because it's midnight right now. But I didn't come here to eat, no, I came to cook. And nobody better than the Lone Star legend, Wayne Mueller, third generation pitmaster here, to show me the ropes of what true Texas barbecue is all about. Wayne, the air is thick with smoke, so that I am in a barbecue joint, pretty obviously. But please tell me, what is this place?
This place, this is the Cathedral of Smoke, man. This is what this place is. This is Louie Mueller Barbecue. We're a third generation family owned operation. My grandfather, Louie Mueller, started this barbecue joint really as an adjunct to his grocery store and fresh meat market, which was across the street from where we are today. Moved over here in '59. My grandfather then decided to retire in 1974. My father took over, Bobby. I came with him at that time and began working here. So my experience at this place was, a good 11 years before I went off to college. Making sausage when I was about 9 to sweeping floors and cleaning bathrooms, all the grunt work. My father passed away in 2008, so I've taken the helm since that time. It's a steeped family tradition. My siblings also were in barbecue. For whatever reason, we all wound up on the same path. And I think that, my dad should be pretty happy. The good thing about being 3 generations deep is there wasn't many people to pass these recipes down, because they were all passed down verbally and literally through an apprenticeship type of mentorship, right? So nothing was codified, nothing was written down until my father passed away. Then I, in a frantic pace, before I forgot anything, made sure to write stuff down. The menu itself has changed from when we were just a meat market adjunct to being a barbecue restaurant. We have a very stable menu now. Back then, it was whatever's coming out of the meat counter, right? Today, brisket is still king. Beef ribs for us is something that's right behind it. Beef sausage, which we make in-house. These are for us. This is our Texas Trinity. It's the all beef Trinity. And it's what Texas is known for. There's a certain sense of nostalgia that people who have had an experience with you 10 years ago, 50 years ago, they want to come back to have that same experience. And one of the things that anchors them to us is the fact that they can consistently come back for that same thing. They can sit at the same table they sat at as a kid, even though they're a grandparent now, right? They can order this, basically the same menu that they did then, and it tastes pretty damn close to what it was then. Our quality of meat is a few grades higher than it was then, so it's probably a little fattier, but other than that, it's absolutely recognizable. I think we represent a lot of what people consider Texas barbecue to be. It's old, it's dark, it's smoky, you feel a sort of reverence when you walk in the big screen doors, and that tradition carries heavy here. You want to get in the game, be sure your heart's in it, because a lot of people want to get in it and they think they want to get in it for God knows, any number of reasons. But if they're not in it because they're in it to serve people, they're in it for the wrong reason, because it's long hours, it's hard work, there's frustrations around every corner. I'm not saying you can't succeed, because you absolutely can. There's been a lot of places that have, in the States, which have closed down. We lost over 100,000 restaurants during the pandemic. There's a lot of holes and voids to fill. So you can certainly make it, but you got to be smart about doing it, right? You got to be creative in how you use your finance. And you got to be creative with proteins now, because the price of beef, my God.
It's the new gold.
It is the new gold. It's the moving gold. Know your area, know what you're trying to do, make sure your business model is sound, make sure that you can generate revenues that are realistic and capture expenses that are realistic. Don't do best case scenarios, because that's where everybody gets burned. Figuring what worst case scenarios are, best case scenarios. Life is going to happen in the middle somewhere. Love it. But love it, because it'll eat you up otherwise.
All right, Wayne. I'm already hanging on your lips from all the barbecue wisdom that you just spilled out. But I see that burning kitchen in the back.
Yep.
You want to head into the kitchen and start cooking?
Yep.
Awesome.
Let's go do some cooking. That's what we're here to do.
First question I have, and I think that's one of the most important ones. Once you're selecting your meat, what should you be looking out for?
So I'm looking for a decent amount of thickness because I like the marble point section. This is our money meat right here. I'm looking for even surface fat, cover fat distribution so that I don't have gouges or shiners. I also like to look for a decent amount of fat back on this point. The more fat that we have, the better, because this is where most of our heat distribution occurs. We have most of our heat being transferred on the back. So the more aerodynamic and curved I have this, the less harsh it is on any one given point. The flatter this is, the more you're gonna have heat transfer into it and the drier it's gonna get.
So, after trimming, what's the next step?
Rubbing. We're gonna rub with a simple salt and pepper rub. We use fine table salt, which has a little bit better distribution. And we mix it first, because if we put salt on just initially first, it's the only thing that will stick.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna get an overabundance of salt. Yeah. Application of the same ratio matters. It'll come out with a different.
The trick of the ratio, it's not by weight, is it?
No.
What's the
By
trick?
volume.
By volume. There you go. So hey, 9-to-1 by volume.
By volume. By overlapping them, one, we save the points from not being too close to the firebox. Up here, we're starting to push close to 300 degrees. Back here, we're closer to about 220. So we're trying to protect the points, but we're also really protecting the flats for these cooks. It gets pretty hot along this top section, and by overlapping them, this part of the flat, I'm protecting, keeping them from being overly dry, overly cooked. Now these will ride out for a while, and then we'll rotate them. After about 2 hours, then we'll get into, say, 30 to 40 minute rotation and move the ones from further back to front, and then switch sides. Because just like a river, this has a main current that sort of runs in the middle and shifts a little out to the left. Rotating it over and swapping them in means we get heat distribution a bit more evenly.
As a token of my appreciation, a little bit of inspiration from the new guys, without a family history, I have 9 years of smoking history. I wanted to give you this book as a thank you.
Thank you so much, George.
It's the smoke, right? It's getting teary-eyed.
It is a smoke. Thank you so much.
Hey,
I really appreciate
thank you for doing
that.
all this.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And this is book number
11, 10. I'm working on number 11.
God damn.